This morning, we are following details in a shocking case. Police say a man is accused of executing 3 people inside of an apartment leasing office. This is all they say over a parking dispute.
And this man, Sagab Benisu, faces 3 felony counts of second-degree murder. This morning, we are learning more about the victims. Our Barrett Leone joins us outside. We see that growing memorial right behind you over in St. Paul, Barrett.
Hey, yeah, good morning, AJ, Heather. This memorial, residents here are committed to keeping it lit and up. In fact, just a half hour ago, a resident walked out of one of the buildings and relit some of the candles you see behind me. These candles, mementos, flowers, photos of the victims, even a Mountain Dew can are all nods to the lives that these 3 individuals led and lived. And while it's a memorial right now, earlier this week, this leasing office was a crime scene where 3 people were killed. Now, last night, though, the focus shifted away from the violence and onto the lives of the 3 leasing office employees that were killed Monday afternoon. Loved ones came together to remember Dina Silcox, Nancy Zambrano, and Adam Wilwarding, a gathering filled with grief and happy memories. Adam's sister remembered her brother as a caring and amazing person inside and out. Dina's family described her as a loving daughter, mother, and co-worker who spent nearly a decade working at the apartment complex. Friends of Nancy remembered her infectious energy and joyful spirit.
She was just pretty much a perfect daughter.
She loved me singing to her, always her dancing. It's just, we just think about her, fully her. She was just, to me, she was just beautiful inside and out.
And a lot of the people who came out to pay their respects at this memorial last night say they want these 3 individuals to be remembered for the lives they lived and how they treated people rather than the violence that ultimately took their lives. Now, prosecutors have charged 30-year-old Sagab Benisu with 3 counts of second-degree murder. He remains in custody right now, and he will make his first court appearance later this morning. And court documents have said that this all stems from a dispute over a parking garage spot. And we're going to dig more into this case and where it stands coming up in the next half hour.
It's just so sad.
It is, and so senseless, too. All right, Barrett, thank you.
Well, in Minneapolis, city leaders are working to address crime overall after the recent rise in violence.
Let's get you over to the live desk. That's where Maria Lisignoli is, involving hearing from people here in the community. Maria.
Yes, that's right. From Sunday morning to Monday night, there were 4 shootings in the city. And last night, a panel of Minneapolis leaders faced questions from residents on what they're doing to stop more shootings from happening. Neighbors had a chance to address Minneapolis police, Hennepin County Sheriff DeWanna Witt, and 2 city council members, Elizabeth Schaefer and Jamal Osman. Both the police and the sheriff's departments say they plan to be more visible in high crime areas, and they plan to partner up.
Community members are asking, rightfully so, what are we going to do about it?
My grandchildren should not be in danger. My son should not be in danger. Anyone else's grandchildren or sons or daughters should be in danger. People should be able to walk down the street without people shooting out their windows. Everyone needs to get up their behinds and do some work for this community, because we all deserve a safe city. And I'm tired of people just dropping the ball because it's not politically expedient for them.
Some of the questions asked by community members included things like if there are ordinances the city can pass to help officers with enforcement. Others asked whether or not these shootings are gang related and what the plan is to deal with reoccurring drug and criminal activity.
All reasonable questions, too, that people should feel they should get answered.
All right, Maria, thank you.
6:06 is your time, and we could soon learn how a federal judge will punish a man for his deadly attack against Minnesota lawmakers. New court documents are giving us a closer look at what both sides hope to see during tomorrow's sentencing of Vance Belter. That's the man who pleaded guilty to killing former Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark last summer. During the same rampage, Belter admitted to shooting Senator John Hoffman, his wife Yvette, and attempting to shoot their daughter Hope. In those newly released documents, federal prosecutors ask for 2 consecutive life terms in and another 40 years in prison. After that, adding justice requires that Belter never be free ever again. Belter's defense attorney said that he pled guilty to various serious crimes because he wanted to take responsibility for his actions. He cannot change his actions. He is ready to face the consequences. They asked that Belter serve his sentence at a prison in Florida. Of course, we'll let you know what happens tomorrow. There has been another massive funding freeze over fraud concerns.
And if it smells like fraud, we're not paying for it anymore. Today, we are deferring over $1 billion in federal Medicaid dollars, $1 billion to Minnesota and California until they can substantiate their claims from this past quarter of audits.
So here's the breakdown of that $1 billion federal funding freeze. About $200 million of it to Minnesota, the rest to California. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services say that they're reviewing 14 high-risk service areas in Minnesota, they say, with questionable claims. Now, Minnesota Human Services called the freeze unprecedented and punitive. The DHS commissioner here in Minnesota said that partnership, not politics, is required to stop criminals and protect services for the people who need them.
The Pentagon says the U.S. carried out another wave of strikes overnight as President Trump signals the attacks are not over.
CBS News' Jared Hale tells us Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is set to join the president as the bodies of fallen service members killed in the conflict over the weekend are expected to return home today.
We're going to be going and paying our respects at Dover.
Today, President Trump is scheduled to attend the dignified transfer of U.S. service members killed in the war with Iran over the weekend. The Pentagon identified 28-year-old Army Sergeant Angel Rampersand of New York as the third soldier killed in Iran's attack on a base in Jordan. The department also says 30-year-old Army Sergeant Michael Emmanuel Swinton of North Carolina was killed by the controlled detonation of an Iranian drone in Iraq. This as the Defense Department says U.S. forces carried out an 11th day of strikes on Iran overnight.
We are degrading them at levels that nobody thought was possible. And we're not finished at all.
But months after the administration declared Iran's military combat ineffective, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth clashed with lawmakers.
Despite your failure to win this war, you are back now before Congress asking for almost $70 billion.
I think your characterization of this incredible effort as a failure is reckless. And I think it's irresponsible, and I think it smears the sacrifice of the troops.
Hegseth says the war has already cost taxpayers over $37 billion. Sources tell CBS News the price tag is likely higher. President Trump brushed off concerns that the war could spread as Yemen-based Houthi fighters threatened to blockade Saudi ports.
If something like that happens, we take care of it.
The president also threatened strikes on Pickaxe Mountain, a crucial Iranian nuclear site. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Now, despite the rise in fighting, President Trump still insists that Iranians want to negotiate a deal. And while traveling in Asia today, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that the U.S. is committed to diplomacy, though he believes that the Iranians are not serious about talks.